Got an issue with this because I hear this all the time. Oh, she a gold digger because she want a man that makes six figures, or she wants him to be a millionaire, or she wants him to live a certain type of lifestyle, drive a certain type of car. No. Her standards are her standards. Fellas, I'm gonna be honest with you. You should have standards as well. You should have, listen, I want my woman to be XYZ, to be in this financial category, to be a college grad, whatever your standards are, that should be your standards. But let me put a pin right there. While you out here having standards, you better be meeting your same standards as well.
Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. It's your boy, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. Here it is. Our mission here is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is Love and Logic. This is an extension of AOS the podcast where we talk about all things relationship. Now, on today, it's nothing short. I already know. I put the reel out earlier this week, and it created so much crazy buzz. Like, y'all just start talking like, hold on. I got to dive deep into this thing because I hear so many people that criticize women for desiring a certain man that makes a certain amount. Now, I get it. It creates a little stir, right? It creates conversation, which is great, which is healthy conversation. But I'm here to unpack all that. Ladies, you need... I'm going to leave that in there. Ladies, you need to be the standard as well that you hold the man to. Whatever it is that you want him to, I need you to possess that as well. If you want him to be a six-figure earner, I need you to be a six-figure earner. Because this is the truth. It's a damaging part that you desire something of a person that you're about to date, but you're not living up to the same standards. I have issue with that. Fellas, you too. Like, you want this woman to be driving Bentleys and Benzes, and I'm going to break something down that we don't think about. But you want them to be driving big, I need you to be driving big as well. But I don't really want us to focus so much on the financial and the material aspect that we forget about the integral part, that we forget about the character. But let me drop a bar right quick on these fellas. You have to understand that it's not going to be she has the money and she's submissive. Does it happen like that? Not all the time. Can it happen like that? Yes. But I just really want you to understand, there's something that comes with, and ladies, likewise. Don't think that he's going to be this boss dude and he's so lovey-dovey and he's so romantic and he's so thoughtful. And listen, listen, I don't want you guys to be so oblivious to think, oh, I can get a millionaire guy and he's going to love me. He's going to rub my feet every day. He's going to cater to everything I say. No. You got to understand what's attached to those type of qualities. Fellas, you got to understand what kind of attitude, I'm not saying she got a nasty attitude, but you got to realize a boss type chick, she's going to have that boss type personality. She might be a dominant one. She might be controlled. Listen, we're going here doing this. I need you to go put that up and do this. And you got to realize this is what it comes with. Can you meet that energy? Right? So many people, and it bothers me. That's why I'm doing this episode. It bothers me because so many people want out of somebody else what they're not able to handle. So the question becomes, do you have the capacity to handle that type of woman? Ladies, do you have the capacity to handle this type of man? Truth of the matter is, if you get that type of boss type dude that's producing like that, chances are he's not going to have all the time in the world to spend with you. Can you handle that? Are you okay with that? Now, I want to tell you, your standards are your standards. But I think this, though, let's really unpack this. I think that a lot of people, and it's just truth, I think a lot of people are not really paying close attention to what comes along with these personality types. You're not really paying attention to it. You're not really dissecting it. You're not really studying it. All you're focusing in is I want the money. I want the material things. I want to live in the penthouse. You're looking at that aspect, and that aspect is cool. But you're not really dialing in to say, hey, what comes with this thing, right? There's a certain type of personality. There's a certain type of expectation. There's a certain type of standards that comes along with this. And don't think that it's going to be a walk in the park and a breeze. I got 4 points and I'll be out your way. Really 3 major points and I'll be out your way. Here's the first point. When you're dating somebody and you're saying, listen, my standards is this. This is what I want you to understand. Standards are a reflection of your self-worth. Standards are a reflection of your self-worth. If you lower your standards to keep someone, you're telling yourself you're not worth being met at a higher level, right? Now, your standards are your standards, but with the same understanding of reflection, you have to say, hey, is my self-worth the same reflection of what I'm expecting for you to produce? Let's really be honest. I need us to understand that. Number 2, the right person won't negotiate your standards. They are raised to meet them. Period. Now, I'm still going back to this point. Am I at that same level? Because I'm going to tell you this, right? Let's really be honest. 2 people that are not on the same level, 9 times out of 10, the attraction won't be there. Initially, it might, but eventually, once they discover who it is that you are, and you discover who it is that they are, one side may not be able to handle the low standards or the too high standards, the too high expectations. Let's really be honest. But I really want to encourage fellas, and I really want to encourage the women. Your standards are your standards. Now, let me move from physical or move from financial and material and, let's move from there. But let's look at the integral part. Does their integrity match your integrity? I'm not saying that if you have low integrity, they have high integrity. You have high integrity, they have low integrity. I'm not talking about like that. But the integrity that you desire out of your mate, are you that same integral? Or are you that type of person that says, listen, once I get what I get, I'm done. Or if I don't get my way, I'm cheating. Let's really be honest. Let's unpack that. Really unpack that. Because so many people want from other people what they're not willing to produce themselves. That's problematic. Yes, your standards are your standards, but are you willing to raise up the quality of you to meet the standards of what you expect for somebody else? This is the last one. Here it is. Confusion comes when you abandon your own boundaries. Confusion comes when you abandon your own boundaries. What does that mean? The moment you start questioning your standards, you open the door to disrespect and inconsistency. You open that door. So when you're confused about your standards, right? And I'm going to share this with you. You will get confused about your standards when their expectation, like, listen, I need you to drive this. I need you to look like this. Not talking about physical, but I'm saying, I need you to look like this. I need you to carry yourself like this, right? But you don't carry yourself like that. So that's where the confusion will lie. The confusion will come in right there because you're unsure about where it is that you fit on the spectrum. But you want them to fit here, but I'm unsure. I can't meet you there, but I need you to be there. It's contradictory. So ladies, fellas, examine yourself deeply before you start expecting out of somebody else what you're not willing to produce yourself. That's problematic. I'm going to go through these 3 points again. Now, I'm speaking these 3 points from a perspective of I need you to be secure in your own standards. Standards are a reflection of your self-worth. The right person won't negotiate your standards. They are raised to meet them. That's when the confusion comes, when you abandon your own boundaries, when you abandon them things. But I really want to echo throughout this whole message, this whole video, make sure you are the standard that you're expecting of them. I don't want you to be a college dropout, but in order for you to date somebody, they have to have a master's degree, right? I don't want you to say, hey, nah, let's really be honest. Let's talk right quick. I'm not saying that you have not accomplished anything and you desire a man or you desire a woman that has accomplished these things. I'm not saying that it won't work. There's some men, there's some women that are looking for that. Why? Because there's a specific trait that those people that haven't accomplished what they have accomplished, they carry. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen so many men, successful men, right? Now, success is relative, but I'm talking about somewhat of success. I'm not talking about multi-millionaires, but I've seen men that are successful, that are stable, that look for certain type of qualities that women that have not accomplished great things, but they possess these type of qualities. I'm gonna share this with you, and Jimmy Crack Cohen, and I don't care, you may be offended, but this is the truth. Single women, now I'm not saying all, but some single women are different from single mothers. Single women, not just because she has a child, but what I am saying is single mothers' mindset, I'm talking about good single mothers, right? Their mindset is different, right? They're more nurturing. They're like, hey, 8 o'clock, we in the bed. Or we're washing up 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, they're eating dinner. They're more structured. Because the single mother, that a single woman that doesn't have any children, she doesn't have to think like that. So that's what I'm saying when it comes down to successful men. They look at different traits and they may reduce. You may not produce the same thing I produce, but they'll get with the single mother because I'm looking for a woman that can take care of house. I'm looking for a woman that's nurturing. You find that in a single mother, right? Now, whether he will, I'm going to talk about that next week too. That's going to be the next week's topic. Because, there's some men that won't deal with a woman that has multiple children because he understands the responsibility that he's taking on. Just really being honest. And there's some men that will deal with it because he doesn't care about that. He has the money to blow. But the point that I'm making before we go down this rabbit hole, the major point that I'm making is that when those two connect, talking about the man that has the money and the woman that has not accomplished what he has accomplished, or vice versa, the woman that has accomplished and the man that hasn't accomplished, they possess a certain type of trait. And that trait that they're looking for. But I'm going to close on this. Your standard is your standard, but make sure that you can stand up to your own standard. Love you guys to life, man. I'm out of here.
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out, brother.